Okay. I'm gonna keep this short and simple because, as you may have seen, it's been at least just over a week since the recital, and I keep putting this off. So if I just do it, it will be done, and that is how logical progression works. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, it's done. It's happened. Um, I was happy with it. The audiences was happy with it. That's all that really needs to be said. Like, you know, this is good. I'm happy that it's over. I could go into great detail about what was good and what wasn't good. But this isn't really like a DVD commentary or anything. I can't really refer to stuff. If you've not seen the recital, then I'm not going to be able to talk about it much. It was just generally good, I think. But yeah, the main thing that I've noted is that like once it was done, I wasn't thinking about it. In fact, before it was done, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was so ready for it to just happen. I've been thinking about next year and what I'm gonna do, and I do have like a lot of ideas about what I would do. Um, so that's partly why I haven't been able to sort of conclude this and talk about uh, the end of recital because I've just it's not been on my mind. It's no longer relevant to me anymore. I feel like, which is often the case with any sort of project or show I do. Um, no, but yeah, the plan for next year is I will definitely do a show for Melbourne Fringe Festival. Um, and the reason I know that's definite is because I'm basically saying to myself, I'm forcing myself to do it essentially. I mean, I do have an idea of a show I want to do for Fringe, but knowing me, it's possible that I won't be able to get the idea off the ground. But if that is the case, and um, if that is the case, I will still do a Fringe show. I will apply. I will get a show up in Fringe, and I will just work out it out as I go. And if it's crap, whatever, I've still done the show, and that means I've committed to something, and it's hopefully I'll be able to make something of it. Um, uh, yeah, and I'm hoping by that, philosophy, that mentality, that if I do it once that way, the next time it'll be easier and easier and easier until I end up making doing a show that is actually what I planned it to be from the start. Sorry. Yeah, so that's definitely going to happen. I also intend to, in the lead up to said Fringe show, do a couple, or maybe one, I don't know, one or two smaller shows that are just sort of put together on the fly, just so I am performing things and so that people can see that I am actually a existing creator that they should take note of. Um, yeah, so those will happen. I also got a couple books in the works. I want to get some of my poetry published. Um, Potentially, maybe I might put them more in like magazines or something rather than its own book. But in long run, I'd probably like my own book of it. The other book I have this short story book idea, a specific idea for a short story book was specific format and how it's going to be laid out that I've been thinking about for a couple of years now, and I would like to, if not get it done next year, have it well on its way to being done by the end of next year. So that's the thing. Um, I'm considering a couple of podcasts, maybe. I say a couple like it's easy. No, I just have a couple of ideas for podcasts. Again, in the long run, I would like to maybe have a couple podcasts running. Uh, yeah. They're not necessarily developed enough to actually talk about that right now. Um, Other things. I want to do some more. I mean, I will definitely, like, after this vlogging, now that this is done, I would like to actually post some creative content on here on YouTube more regularly, largely possibly music, but possibly some spoken word stuff. Uh, yeah, I'll try and get a couple of those done, a couple of videos up here before the end of this year. I mean, I would hope that I could even do more than that. This whole this recital diary thing didn't necessarily go exactly how I'd hoped, but that's because I've not really done this before. That's fair enough. I should have expected that to happen. I initially wanted it to be week by week updates of the recital, um, but that it didn't really work out like that. Partly because of how I sort of, well, my lack of schedule of things, but also I just not necessarily. I'm still trying to get into this mindset of when to film, what to film, what to talk about, blah 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 blah. The mood swings went away, which is interesting. I never worked out what they were, but I haven't really had that as an issue lately. So that's good. So I don't know if that was to do with this or anything else. Um, and yes, no. I was about to go into some sort of little emotional ramble, but I don't want to do that with this video. This is just sort of wrapping things up, saying what's next. I'd like to do some more visual art. Like I've said, I've stated myself that I do visual stuff. Um, I don't know what it would be, whether I just put my drawings up somewhere, or maybe not next year, but like in the future, I would probably do like a gallery. Not like a gallery, like I would hire out an art space and just be like, here's stuff that I also do. Here's drawery things. Yeah. Um, okay. I would like to say more. I mean, they probably won't see this, but another thank you to all the people who worked and supported on the recital. Of course, that sounded so insincere, but I'm just trying to get through this. I'm sorry. You know I mean it, obviously. I've already spoken to each of you individually, so that's fine. Um, yeah. Thank you to anyone who's bothered to watch these videos. I'm sure there'll be some people in the future. It's just that they won't really care about the recital because it would have been already happened. Yep. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to cover. If you have been watching and you are in any way interested in the work I've done or will be doing, please say hello and maybe give some input as to what you might like to see on here or on my Tumblr, or in real life. I'd like to have some collaborative thing going on. Yeah, that would be good. I think in the long run, I would like this thing, this whatever you call it, art brand, body of work, to actually be something with an audience, but also collaborators. I don't want it to just be me, sort of. I don't seem, I'm not sure if people have not got this. I don't call myself Whalespill. That's not a name for me. That is a name for my work, for what I create. I would like to see myself as the mind behind Whalespill, but I don't necessarily think that needs to be just me. So yeah, I think I'd like collaboration, and I'd like consistent back and forth between consumers of that content audience members, whatever. I want this to sort of grow into something. Um, not only because not only because I like that, because I like that idea of art being shared and being communal and being holistic, uh, drawing from different influences, um, but also because it will give me the motivation to keep doing it. I think I often do need the encouragement to stay on track. Like I'll never not be making stuff. I don't think, but I do often need the push to do it in a consistent, um, I don't want to say monetizable, but I kind of mean monetizable, consistent, uh, consumable way, um, regular. I'm just trying to. We've entered adjective mode. Never mind. You get the idea. Yeah. I need the push to be considered an artist and not someone who does these things as a hobby. Although I suppose, technically speaking, I'm going to be that until I'm just making my living off of this. But let's not dwell on that. Um, yeah, that's the other thing I'll be doing next year is largely working. But that's fine. I'm a teacher. That'll be interesting. T- Teaching full time. Um, be good. It's the kind of job that I'm not necessarily going to get bored of, so I can make my living off that for a little while. But hopefully, it won't be too much of a distraction that I can't also do this with the same amount of energy. Yeah, that's that's the dream. Okay. Thank you for bearing with this sort of unfortunate diary series that was never exactly what I wanted it to be, but it never was going to be exactly what I wanted it to be. It was an experiment, as all the things I do are. As all the things I do are, it was an experiment. Words. Yeah. Stay tuned for the next experiment. Okay.